Come out of the box.
Hello, YouTube. Cheers and welcome to The Basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
And I'm D-Boy Slim.
And The Basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. So welcome back, Basement family. Now, yesterday, you might have seen it. We interviewed Memphis rapper Lil Bling about his new song, JayZ, where he talks about how older rappers are tearing down the new rappers and not giving them the respect they deserve. Also, he goes a little bit into the South versus the North, styles and concepts, all of that. Watch that show, yesterday's show, episode 93. Today, we get D-Boy Slim's thoughts on the subject, as he was unable to attend the debate. Now, he has a lot to say, people. This is a subject that is hovering over the entire hip-hop community and industry, so we have to let D-Boy get his perspective on record. And before we get started, you guys have to check out our sponsors, the Fleetwood Spice Collection. Okay? Try it for yourself. Get the full array of unique, delicious spices right here. No, really. Put the website in another tab and check it out while you watch this episode. Go ahead. Do it. Anyway, today's question: do the Southern style rappers deserve more respect from the older icons? Part 2. With that being said, Lego.
What's going on out there, people? I'm back.
We back.
Pardon my absence.
Yeah, we missed you yesterday, man.
My partner over here, he had the interview with the kid Lil Bling out of Memphis.
Nice. Y'all check that out, please. It's important. Dude had a lot to say, and he's intelligent about it.
I like this guy. I like his music. I like the song he came out with, challenging JayZ.
Bottles and I pop Chris. Throw my money on scribbles, you did the same shit. Pull up in the four wheel, bitch, I'm nigga rich. Fuck a headshot, baby girl, naturally thick. This a hard night life, a nigga living. You said you made 100,000 off of drug dealing. You can't judge a young nigga, wanna know the feeling. Hope I make it out the trap, nigga, God willing. You can't judge a young nigga, wanna know the feeling. Hope I make it out the trap, nigga, God willing.
Not really so much challenging him, just giving his perspective on things. And with that, brings us to our topic for today. Does the new Southern style rappers deserve more respect from the older icons?
Part 2.
I think there's a sensitivity when you begin to critique someone. And a lot of times these days, everybody wants to say, "Oh, you're hating," when you give your opinion or your perspective on one. If you're not kissing their ass and saying, "Oh, they're the best thing since sliced bread."
Kissing their ass and saying, "Oh, they're the best thing since sliced bread."
In my personal opinion, I think the proper amount of respect is being given.
Okay.
Giving perspective is not griping. If you say, there's a lot of rappers that I can't actually understand the lyrics to, and so, people have deemed it or decided to call it mumble rap. Migos, Young Thug, and those are all dudes. I enjoy their music. Bruce will tell you, these are dudes I actually enjoy their music, but I could understand one's perspective and saying that sometimes you can't understand all of their lyrics. Now, let's get to the JayZ thing, because I found that to be intriguing. I've heard a few songs, and the one that keeps being called out and called the reference is the Story of OJ song,
which he dropped a video to the other day.
2 years later, that shit worth $8 million. I can't wait to get this shit to my children.
This is Jay. This is Hov. This is as far as I'm concerned, we've had the top 5 lists, top 10 lists. This is the best of all time. This is the best to ever do it. And record sales would suggest that. He decides to come out with an album, and instead of talking about how much money he has, or how much he's done and how far he's come, he decided to start touching on what the youth that's coming up and aspiring to be like a JayZ, what we're showing as far as spending money versus being a businessman as JayZ is and investing in your money.
Let's get to it.
So in this particular song, Story of OJ, he goes into says things like, I'm giving you $1 million game for $9.99. This is stuff, I mean, I laugh when I hear it because it's where I would expect the JayZ to be right now in school and trying to school people. You know, it's funny because the guy Little Bling, and let's get back to Little Bling for a second. He said, you know, I'm just trying to do it, you know, how you did it or whatever. You know, I just want my chance to live or whatever. And I understood it, what he was saying with that. And I understood his perspective. But you grow. It's like when if your kid comes to you and says, well, Dad, you know, you used to drink Night Train, or you used to drink Cisco. You used to drink hard liquor. And might drive sometime, and you trying to tell your son, this is why I'm telling you it's no good for you. This is why I'm telling you that it's no good for you. Because I know what it does. I know where it can lead you. I know the consequences. And although I made it and survived and was able to prosper, despite that, I'm in no way, shape, or form trying to encourage you or lead you on to believe that that's the way or that's the approach that's necessary for you to go to get to where I'm at. And this is what I got out of Jay's music. This is what I got out of the lines. And so everybody went, and it's not just Little Bling. A lot of people jump, and I actually think Little Bling was accurate, and I understood his perspective a lot. I see a lot of dudes are just jumping on the internet just for the 2 minutes of light to say, oh, fuck JayZ, I'ma still hold the money to my ear.
To say, oh, fuck JayZ, I'ma still hold the money to my ear.
That's cool too. And I don't think, like I said, I didn't hear it, just Jay coming off being preachy. He just was dropping jewels. He just was dropping game on dude. You could soak it in, you could take it for what it is. Obviously, it's proof in the pudding because Jay is the same guy that bought the Nets from New Jersey to Brooklyn. So he knows a little bit about what he's talking about as it pertains to money. And
Lil Bling says, he taught us, meaning JayZ, he taught us the hustle, he taught us the bling and the money, he taught us that. When he said Jay was praising Alexis in 98.
Jiggle man wrote the blueprint. When you were my age, you used to praise Alexis. Now that you feel the rich, that shit is reckless.
That same dude that listened to all his albums and said specifically, I bag up to JayZ's Reasonable Doubt. I bag up to JayZ's In My Lifetime. I bag up to JayZ's music. Now comes out and says everything that he taught us was wrong and he expects us just to go, okay, well, thank you, sir. It's a little bit beyond the pale at that point. So
I disagree with the fact he's telling you everything that he said was wrong. He's telling you you don't have to go about it that way. You can get to the same mountaintop that you're trying to climb up and get to without going about it, without putting the money to your ear and throwing the money on the floor at the club. That's what JayZ saying. So it's not him saying everything that I did was wrong. But if you're thinking that showing that you have money is more important than actually investing your money, then you're moving in the wrong direction.
But if you're thinking that showing that you have money is more important than actually investing your money, then you're moving in the wrong direction, which is what
all he talks about in that song is investment versus, perpetuating stereotypes.
okay.
And he goes into race and all of that. Ethnic, it goes into OJ. The story is called The Story of OJ. He talks about OJ. After he says, house nigga, rich nigga, you're still a nigga.
OJ like, I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay, house nigga, don't fuck with me.
And we've all heard the story about all the athletes from the 90s, the Allen Iversons, the Antoine Walkers, who signed $80 and $100 million contracts and are broke, to Andre Rison in football, who signed hundred millions of dollars of contracts and are broke today. It's important. It's important. What JayZ saying, y'all taking the opportunity to say fuck JayZ and try to make it into a North versus South thing. It's not that. It's important. It's important to be smart with your money. Get your paper, however you had to get it. JayZ never told you not to get your paper. That's still the man that says you can't knock the hustle. That's still JayZ. You can't knock the hustle. But don't be stupid with your paper. Cause in that particular song, he refers to himself as being dumb. Cause he says, you know what? I bought all the V engines back then. If I had it to do
V12s.
again from the beginning, I would take it back to the beginning. And bought a building for $2 million that's worth $25 million now. He's just telling you be smart with your money. If he had it to do over again, he would do it differently.
Give me some more from JayZ, because I have another point about that. Speaking about what Lil Bling has said.
I pray for financial freedom. This is what he said. He's telling you it's important that you leave something behind for your kids. You know what he says? I pray for financial freedom. My only hope is fuck living rich. I'm not dying broke.
Okay.
Leave something behind is this is what I get. This is the interpretation that I get. Like, okay, it's okay to show that you have money and you're here, you're living your life. Live your life. Nobody's not trying to, JayZ's not, by all means, not trying to tell you live your life. Live your life and enjoy it. But don't be stupid.
Lil Bling, I'm not talking about the others.
And because you're young, is no excuse for being stupid.
You know how many people left that comment, that exact same wording? But what he said, what Lil Bling specifically also said was, it's not that those points shouldn't be made. Those things that you're talking about are true. And when he says that, that's good. But in the same sentence, when you say, oh, you hold the joint to your ear, and all the other little references that he mentioned about how the culture of the Southern rap is going now, those things aren't necessarily tied to not leaving money to your kids. Those things, now you're talking about a culture that you're making observations of that you think lead to something else. Let Lil Bling say that, because he's from the South. When you say it, and you're from the North, and every single day you can fight with your brother, but when someone else comes in and says that, all of a sudden you have a real fight on your hands. So he's saying,
if Lil Bling listens to JayZ and respects JayZ like he says he does, then he should once again, if what you're saying is true, that Lil Bling feels like, oh, because JayZ's from the North and shouldn't say nothing, he should listen to the story of OJ again, because at the beginning of the song it says, house nigga, rich nigga, broke nigga, you're still a nigga. You're still a nigga.
You're still a nigga.
So that divide and that divide attitude, that the divide, oh, I'm from the South, so I like, that's bullshit. And I don't curse much.
We don't like to curse on this show. Certain topics call for it.
That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Somebody's telling you something. I don't care if Dr. Dre was from Compton. When he told us that the police brutality was out of control, we believed him. Because it was facts. It was facts. Somebody's telling you facts to turn your head. You just show your ignorance. And it's ignorance. First, it's stupidity, actually, because it's ignorant if you're not taught and you don't know. It's stupidity when you know better. And I'm gonna leave it off like that. Y'all telling me in the comments what y'all think about this whole, JayZ dropping the jewels and the story of OJ versus, it being depicted as being hated on with the young dudes in the South or whatever the case, And like I said, I actually enjoyed it. Shout out to Lil Bling. I actually enjoyed Lil Bling's song. I actually enjoyed the interview he did with Bruce. His perspective is one of few. Mm-hmm. It's one of few, because a lot of people are not able to articulate with intelligence exactly how they feeling, and he is a young artist, young and up and coming artist that represents the South, and he's representing it well right now.
Representing it well.
So, like I said, we could agree to disagree. That's what intelligent people should be able to have sit down and have these type of discussions. But like I said, a lot of people took the 2 minutes to say, oh, fuck JayZ and he's hating on the South. Yeah. And that's not the case. There was more in that song that you could take out of than a lot of albums I've heard in the last decade.
You can't knock a little nigga nigga for trying though, huh? You big bro and I'm little bro, you feel me? So little bro had the shit get off his chest, man. Like the shit that we living doing right now, nigga, you were doing that shit when you was our age, man. Someone knock us, man, and let us experience this shit too, nigga. Shit, give time to grow too, like you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, when East Coast unified, man, you know, down south, you know what I'm saying? We show love back. Now we got the torch, nigga, like where the love at? Sure enough, some of these niggas we mama rapping, by each other style and shit. But y'all want some real niggas in the game, nigga, discover some real niggas. But you know how this shit is, it's so political and shit. Real niggas never get heard. But nigga,
Facts. Y'all check out that last show. Check out his song. I think he represents what this show is about. He has an opinion,
No doubt.
and it's an educated one. It's one built on substance, not just foolishness and ideas. We also have one. And D-Boy Slim, you deserve to get yours heard. That's why we have part 2 today. So I didn't say much because really that's what this was about. You deserve to get your perspective on this thing heard. You guys leave in the comments, man. Watch the last one. Listen to Lil Bling. Listen to D-Boy. And we want your part because you guys have been leaving great comments. As a matter of fact, let's get into it. Mine?
We got shouting out.
Shan Clyburn.
I understand his frustration because I am from the South. And I feel the energy now after JayZ dropped this album. And it has these Southern rappers shook and angry. But let's be honest, what JayZ has said is truth. These are comments from Shan
Clyburn. And you have a lot more. You guys go read that. It's right under yesterday's episode 93. We can't get into it all, but man, you killed it.
Facts. We appreciate the comments.
We appreciate the comments, man. We can go back and forth all day.
We love it. Y'all on it.
Mr. 911. Hashtag Wildlife Gang. Fact. South Memphis. Said Lil Bling about to change the game. Just watch. I believe you. That's why we have him on here. We're very picky about who we interview and who we let on this show because we want to represent hip hop well.
With you.
We think he does that.
We rooting them on over here.
We rooting him on. Y'all check him out. Lord Chaotic Supreme. I like how you shouted yourself out, but I haven't heard your music. Leave it down there, man. I went to your page and I'm not sure if I saw any videos from you. I might have been doing something wrong, but I ain't heard your music yet, so you got your shout out. It's your turn.
Us. We do the music too.
Get at us. We'll even play it on here if we like it. Bloods, Crips, and Essays, the web series. Respect. Hashtag continue the success, and so I shouted you out again. Facts. Damien Bagant. Where the F is the battle? This was when we put up the battle. It's on Facebook. Get all down.
That's Smack. Smack been fooling around as far as releasing these battles, so bear with us. But yeah, Bruce set up on Facebook. We got the full battle.
Facts. Ice Revolver, last one, says screen being small is unappealing, and it's about the same thing. We had to do the small screen because YouTube was killing us. We had to find trick ways to get you these battles and this show. So go to Facebook, everybody who wants to see that Gnome 7 review, and we got other battle reviews on there too. Check it out, it's worth it. Team Box Cutter on Facebook. Everybody else, thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, do it now. We also sell beats. The every beat you're hearing, buy it right down there. Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate all the comments. Keep checking in. Appreciate the love out there. We out here.
Don't forget, before I say we out, July 22nd, 100th episode. It's gonna be big. Watch it live. Peace.